I'm Brigham Larson with Brigham Larson Pianos. This is a Hallet Davis turn of the century that is unusual in a number of regards. Fairly, maybe not unique, that's probably hyperbole, but definitely very, very unusual in a number of regards. Not many manufacturers did things this way. So let's check it out. On the cosmetic side of things, we've got some dragons and things, some flowers. Looks like a pretty high-end artist, somebody that really knew what they were doing 100 years ago. That's not very common. Like you can see this piano here. This is a piano from the same era, Mason and Hamlin. We just did a new paint job on it, but that's what it looked like before as well. It's just a it's a beautiful paint job, but didn't have artwork on it except for some lettering. And they also did like these little knob things on the plate, painted them black, and even on the soundboard they did some of these designs on the soundboard. So I heard at the time, and look at this, look how beautiful that is. I mean, you kind of have to look closely. I heard at the time that there were artists in the factories that were just full-time artists. I mean, you'd have to be. This is not, somebody that's an amateur in any sense of the word. Did that dragon. So yeah, what I've heard is, well, let's look, why don't we have a look at, like, there's a picture from the Steinway factory circa, I don't know, 1920s maybe? And then over here, we've got a picture there of some upright factory. I'm not sure what it is. But it says New York on it. Byron, New York. So you can see all these workers. I would say this is probably, I don't know, 1910, 1920, something like that. Kind of cool. Anyway, so there was somebody, probably not, I don't know, maybe it was one of these workers. These guys look more like carpenters to me, but there was somebody going from piano to piano with a palette, paintbrush, and doing the artwork on plates and elsewhere. Sometimes there's artwork on actions and all sorts of. This particular Hallet Davis happens to have it decorating the plate. Okay, so that's cosmetics. Then some other things that are very unusual. This, well, we've still got one here. We've got agraphs on the bridges. Usually bridges do not look like that. Usually bridges look like, let's come over here and we can see this is the vast majority of bridges that look like this, where the strings are bearing down, or this. Again, the strings, they look like they're parallel to the bridge or to the soundboard, but they're not. They're actually going up in elevation, or I guess in this case out in elevation to where they go over the bridge, and then back in elevation where they wrap around the plate. So that way they're pushing down when they're under tension, they're pushing down on that bridge. So pushing in, or sorry, towards the soundboard, pushing in towards the soundboard. But this is very unusual. You have the reverse of that, where the strings are actually pulling up, and the way that's accomplished is with these agraphs. These agraphs are screwed in to the bridge there, and they're when they're under tension, they're going from the agraphs down here, going, let's see, they would go down in elevation, getting closer and closer to the soundboard to when they hit the agraph, and then up again in elevation to where they wrap around back there. That's very unusual. So they're, and actually, Aston weight, which wasn't started till the 50s, and they really got going in the 60s and 70s. So that's 50, 60 years after this piano was manufactured. Aston Waite did actually quite a bit of this kind of strange reverse soundboard, pulling up rather than pushing down, kind of engineering. So that's pretty strange. If you can imagine, the soundboard needs to be under tension because that's what gives it its resonance, tonality, kind of like a drum. If drum's not under tension, if the skin or the top of the drum isn't under tension, it's not going to resonate. Same thing with wood. If the wood's not under tension or compression, it's not going to resonate. And so that's how they're transferring the sound from the string into the bridge, is with that bearing into that resonant soundboard. That's pretty unusual. So yeah, there's our progress. Hal Davis progress update.